Hey guys, and welcome back to my Let's Play of the Incredibles video game for the PlayStation 2. Last time we sluggishly made our way through Rocket Silo and assembled the rockets so that we can get to the final level of the game, back to the mainland, to defeat Omnidroid number 10. So it is finally time for the final boss of the game. It is time for Save the World. Simple name. And yet, we have another Omnidroid to take care of, and this one has 6 legs. Wow, it's also huge, and it's actually missing one of its legs. They did go to that detail about when Syndrome punched off its leg. Which makes sense because you see a clip of it.
Hey, Syndrome's remote. That'll stop it.
And that is what you call a disappointment. Because one of my favourite moments of the film was always that part where Bob just holds up Syndrome's remote and is like, Syndrome's remotes! Oh, that was good timing. Okay, so Omnidroid Mark 10 has a few attacks, and because it's so huge, the fight is quite different from before, but it's very simple. It's split into 5 phases, but that phase right there, that's just depleted part of its health bar. I don't know why. And yeah, I don't feel the need to be silent over this, so I always did that pointlessly. So, it has a few attacks. It will fire the laser. It's not rapid fire. I mean, the underneath of its head is rapid fire, but when it does that, it's not... It's not just a quick laser blast like it was in the film. It will try and hit you with it, shoot out its hands again, just like before. And this isn't helpful. It's supposed to move its hands to create some rocks, but this isn't helping. There we go. So you need it to do that so you can throw rocks at its head, because it is constantly firing at Dash and Violet, and they are essentially your timer. And then you tend to have to wait a while for it to deploy its head again. You can't go directly underneath it, or it will slam its body down like what it did to Violet in the force field. In the film, it won't do that to her here. She doesn't get knocked out. And this is simple. And this is really all you're doing, to be honest. It's 5 phases, but we did the first phase. We had to lift up its hand. Then we have this, and then it just pretty much repeats itself. Because this next phase is going to be pretty much the same. We just have to lift its foot up again, and then we have the final phase, which... Well, we'll get to the final phase, because I really don't understand how that phase works. And I love this part. Just the music playing, and how we see it jump like that. I love that part. I don't know why. Well, what happened to his laser there? I think it got caught on the rock or something. Yeah, there are bonus items to be on the lookout for. I don't know where they all are. But really, I don't care. I don't know if I'm supposed to dodge that. I don't know how that happened, but okay. Ah, I'm on the wrong side. You have got to be fast. It does jump out of the way after a while. I think it takes Syndrome's remote with it. I don't know why. But yeah, you are timed for this. And fortunately, it doesn't actually attack you for some reason when you're lifting its leg up. I don't know why. You think that would damage its body. But then again, this thing is supposed to be super strong. And we can't stop it. The only thing hard enough to penetrate it is itself. Except for that jump, it doesn't get really low to the ground there. Alright, now we gotta help Frozone. Other than that, it's the same basic thing that we just did. I mean, really, this is supposed to be the big, super final, complete Omnidroid that Operation Kronos was all about, and it's really kind of a disappointment. Like, the other two put up much more of a challenge compared to this one. I want that bonus item, damn it. I can see it there. Now I want it. I'm stuck on the bus stop. A bus stop of all things. Okay. You can occasionally find a few other things that you can throw, mainly like engines. You can throw the mailboxes. For whatever reason you want to do that. And it tends to attack you either 2 or 3 times before he lowers the head again. Oh, thank you. There's no holes in the road, surprisingly. You have got to be fast with throwing these things in, because its head only stays there for a small amount of time. And somehow, by throwing the rock over there, it causes Frozone to lose grip of the controller. And it lands back over here. And now this part I do not get. We have to aim at the sensor. Trying to control this thing is a nightmare. You have so little control over it. I always barely make this because for some reason Elastigirl's health goes down as the Omnidroid approaches. I don't know how that works. But this thing is constantly moving. I might actually fail this for the first time. Okay, there we go. I wasn't in the reticule, but okay. Reticule, whatever it's called. And that's it. We don't actually see the generator fall out. And yeah, this is our credit sequence. I don't know why, but for some reason the credit sequence just takes place in the final level. You can move around. You can throw stuff if you want. I assume these bonus items still work when you pick them up here. But yeah, this is a really weird way of finishing the level. You can pick up the cars for some reason, even though, you know, you're Mr. Incredible. You know, you can just throw the rocks away into the water just over there. Yeah, you can pick up the mailboxes. If there's one thing I do not like about this credit sequence, that one just imploded in midair. If there's one thing I do not like about this credit sequence though, it's that it's constantly playing the same piece of music over and over again. Like, it gets really tedious and annoying, really. You just constantly hear the same piece of music. I love the Incredibles theme, but we don't get much of that here. We just get this one small bit, which is weird because the person who, for the first time, they actually got the person who wrote the music for the film to write the music for the game. But I don't know why they decided that this was the only needed credits music. Because it really would have been helpful if we had a bit more than this. But yeah, here's the arm. Even though I'm pretty sure it lost 2 arms in the film. But in the end, I would just say, to sum this up, The Incredibles is a game I used to enjoy as a kid. Like so many licensed games, it's not so much anymore. And the main reason is the combat. Yeah, it's a game that focuses heavily on combat, but the combat itself isn't very good. And that's the main issue. Like, it's so easy to just take pot shots because the enemies can swarm on you, but you can really only attack one enemy at a time. Enemies can be deadly accurate if they have guns or missiles or anything like that. And then there's just level length. It's like some of these levels just go on way too long. They start off so short, but then they just suddenly grow enormously. When you have like 10 levels, and then you get to Syndrome's base, and it's enormous. And then they get a bit shorter, but even then, they're still pretty long. Right, and that's that. But we still have one more thing left to show off. You may recall after we defeated Omnidroid Mark 9, I don't know what happens to the loading screen there, but we unlocked a battle mode. I think it's time we show that off. Unfortunately, I need to start the game again in order to get it to appear. No, not slot 2. There's nothing in slot 2. I never noticed it did. I never knew it did that. Bank heist 1. I mean, it doesn't matter which one of these I select, really. We have a battle mode, but yeah, the combat is not very reliable. The levels go on too long, and the difficulty is all over the place. So you have 3 relatively easy levels. One, if you may need to adjust the brightness for one of them, but you have 3 very good levels, and then you get Apartment Inferno, which I'd say is quite a step up in difficulty. Then the next few levels, once you get the hang of where all the cars are in Late for School, the next few levels aren't too bad. And then suddenly you get to Syndrome's Space, it's like, whoa, not only is this level long, this level is hard. And then it gets a bit easier again with finding Mr. Incredible. 100-mile dash isn't too bad. And then you have Violet's Crossing, and I'm pretty sure they did not playtest that level. Yeah, you have a level select, by the way. Tell you how many bonus items you've collected. And, yeah. That's the thing. And you have a battle select. I don't know why it needs a select, because as far as I'm aware, there's only one battle mode in the entire game, so I don't know why there's two, and you can select Mr. Incredible or Elastigirl. It's the same thing either way, it's just you may have an easier time with some enemies with Elastigirl, and you may have an easier time with others with Mr. Incredible. I am going to pick Mr. Incredible. But really, it's not much different, and even the loading screen is the same as Syndrome's base. But yeah, Violet's Crossing is a horrible level. Incredible is pretty fun, even if the collision detection is a bit weird. And for some reason, Mirage repeats her line from Beach Landing. You may find that some of the island defences are still active. And here's our mission. Defeat 100 enemies. Now, what I try and do is show off the what I guess can be best summed up as the Incredithrow. Unfortunately, the only easy way to do that is to get rid of all these other enemies first. Because I need a bit of distance. There we go. Now this is all you need to do. Just keep swinging, just keep swinging, just keep swinging, swinging, swinging. What do? We swing, swing. And this is it. You can do this for this phase, you can do it for the next phase. This is where I say Mr. Incredible is the better one, because I love doing this. Can't do this with Elastigirl. But there are 9 phases to this. Just throw them away. I mean, actually you could probably keep going, but I would imagine that your Incredimeter will drain after some time. You can do it again. This one takes a bit longer because they're armoured, but still you can do it again. These are the only 2 times you'll be able to do this, so you can't do this in any other round. So at first all you need to do is just take out all of the bad guys. In some phases you will need, well, rounds I should say, in some rounds you will need to defeat a certain type of bad guy, but there'll be others around to make things more difficult. And once you've taken out all of the mandatory ones, you'll then have to take out all of the remaining ones. But if you just go for the wrong one first, they'll just keep instantly respawning. Yeah, this is fun. I love doing that. And yeah, bonus items will pop up from time to time, but how many are here is something I really don't know. This is the main reason I don't go for the bonus items, because I really don't know how many are supposed to be here. Because they will just pop up at random times. Like I said, I may be able to play battle mode like 8 times, get at least 1 bonus item every time, and then I might go through it like another 4 times and not get any bonus items. And when I play it for the 13th time, there may be a bonus item again. It's completely random on when they'll pop up like that. They just pop up very unpredictably. Okay, so we have to take out all the bomb enemies. Yeah, this is where it becomes a bit more tricky. So there's no point in really fighting them unless you're trying to get rid of them, so you can have an easier time picking up a bomb. Because what you need to do is you need to take out the No Man is an Island henchmen that are shooting bombs at you. These guys will just keep infinitely respawning, and it helps if Mr. Incredible actually picks up the bomb. But yeah, the bombs will they will take out the enemies as well, and you are going to want to make use of that during the final round. I am not confident that I can win this, because the final round is a pretty challenging final round because of a certain enemy, and you want to take a wild guess on which enemy that is. I mean, you know, it's the final round, it makes sense that it's hard. So you want to try and save as many of these health things as possible. One left somewhere. Oh, he's over there. But, you know, they do come back after every round, though. So you have that at the very least. Or, you know, if you want an easier time, you can use your cheats again. Get him temporary one-hit kills, temporary showtime. So now it's all laser gun henchmen. Only 40 of them. But yeah, things like the previous 2 rounds, they're the sort of things that are easier as Elastigirl. She doesn't need to worry about the bombs. I don't even think it's possible for her to throw the bombs that high. Because not only can you not aim with the bombs properly by slightly turning her around, she doesn't really throw them that high. But maybe if you're like close enough to them you can. But you're better off really just punching them or grabbing them. And you know, when you also constantly have the other enemies coming after you, it is just easier to punch them from a distance. And the music always stops after you finish a round. And yeah, we are doing this inside the robot arena, though it's no longer on fire. Okay, round 6. I forgot what round we're on now, but armored henchmen, and I think it's only the laser gun ones you want to take out first, anyway. You're really the most annoying thing about the most annoying thing really about when you're being ganged up on with laser gun henchmen is that you actually can't get that close to them because they'll just whack you. I mean, you know, secondary use of the weapon. It's one of the things that makes Violet's crossing so annoying. I'll give them credit for it. Yeah, I recommend just use your Incredible Punches, your running one. Don't bother with your other one. And you know, it is quite satisfying to just plow right through them like that. It is fun to do. But yeah, I believe it is just take out all of the laser gun henchmen first. And then you want to take out... See, that's the inconsistency of it. How come he went down in one hit? I really don't want to be grabbing this many bonus items, really. How does it give me that much knockback from a slight knock of the gun? Especially when I'm Mr. Incredible. I wish I could play as Jack though. Just transform into a little mini devil or a fire creature. Laser vision, I believe he had like a little short thing. But yeah, it was just the laser gun henchman. Now we gotta take out all the bad guys. I assume so, because there was no way that was 40 enemies. Right, round 7's an annoying one. Because now we're dealing with the flying guys once again. And they are all armed with missile guns. Again, a mission. This one is much easier. No, not them, Bob. This one is much easier as Elastigirl because you can just punch them. You can just punch them in the air. You can't do that here. You have to rely on the mechanism on the other henchmen to throw bombs, which you can then throw, assuming that the target actually appears. Target is in sight. It's in sight, but not let me throw it. And then it can just randomly change direction just like that. If you just snap it to slightly the wrong angle. Ah, I was hoping it would just stop fast enough. Jesus Christ. Bombs away. Right. And of course you are stationary when you try and throw the bomb as well. So you've also got to watch out for the guy shooting the bombs. And trying to aim is also a problem because you can't hold on to the bombs for very long. And then I hate when that happens. It's like you can still change your target as you're spinning. Oh wow, I walked right into the missile. Just like that, and you end up aiming for the wrong thing. Which you don't really want to be doing when you also have an enemy that fires missiles. Even though really the missiles are the least of your worries. Penultimate round. What could we be facing? What's that noise? Oh no, not these things again. The only robot you have to face in battle mode is the tank. No melee bots, no helibots, no turret bots, whatever. No leaper bots, you know, or 2 of them in the game. It's a tank. So it's the same tedious wait as before, but this is also the only way you can get Elastigirl to face the tank. And it's weird. You can actually, if you use her like her long punch attack on the R1 button, you can punch the tank. And it will very, very slightly fill up your Incredimeter. It won't actually damage the tank in any way. But it will very slightly fill up the Incredimeter. It's a weird thing that it does. I really don't know why you can do that. But for some reason you can. And yeah, this is the boring round. There is a tank in the next round as well, but somewhat thankfully, that one is a more interesting round. Because as you could probably expect, the final round will have you dealing with a lot. There's no flying henchmen. We have that at the very least. What we also have is a bunch of armoured henchmen, no manners and island henchmen, and the tank. Now thankfully, the tank can damage the henchmen for you as well. The fire one doesn't though, for some reason, and that's going to be your biggest, well actually the bombs are probably going to be your biggest enemy. This attack, however, is your best friend. I want to get out of the way though. That is your best friend when it does that. Now trying to actually throw the bombs at it is next to impossible. What you want to try and do, and that doesn't hurt them either sadly. What you want to try and do is you want to remain relatively close to the tank, so that the Manners and Island henchmen's bombs get close enough to the tank, and then that way... Come on. No! You've also got that to worry about. But if the bombs can get close enough to the tank, then that will damage the tank. So any of the bombs will work. But this is the annoying attack. I didn't realise I actually fired bombs for that long. Yeah, if you can, try and get them in the direction of fire. Not this fire, but the direction of the tank's attacks. Especially this one. This one will do you wonders. There we go. I love doing that. Just luring them into it. Normally the tank would be destroyed by now. It's like none of the bombs are getting close enough. I don't know if that one would be close enough. I think it might be just off. Yeah, that one was... Oh, that one might do. That one should work. Yeah. There we go. Finally. Normally the tank isn't this much of a problem. It's normally gone by this point. And if the henchman's close enough and you throw the bomb at them, that also tends to get rid of them. There's only one henchman left. Mr. Incredible, why are you aiming over there? Ow. Oh dear. Health! Health! I want health! What? Oh, I picked up the... I hate when that happens. Okay. There we go. The bombs actually managed to reach it this time. In fact, I think it got destroyed by 2 bombs at once. Because it had 2 hits left, then it flashed to say it got hit again, and then it immediately flashed again. I mean, that's useful. I have no complaints there. However, hopefully now everything should be smooth sailing. I was so close to the end as well. There's so few enemies left. Then I had to do it all over again. Alright, it's just these guys now. So now it's much easier. I'm surprised I was able to pick that up. And there we go. Ooh, gotta reach that. Gotta reach that. Gotta reach that. There we go. And that's it. That's battle mode. 26 minutes. Oh yeah, I'm looking at the video length. Well, at least they dealt a lot of damage. Right, well you guys only have to see half of that. But yeah, that's the Incredibles video game. Once you leave, it starts again. I thought it sent you to Syndrome Space. I mean, it just starts again, and there's nothing new here. So that's it for the Incredibles video game. I still got time. So next up, behold the Underminer. Why does it say it's showtime there when the it doesn't show when you're playing the game? So next up will be The Incredibles Rise of the Underminer. And I will see you guys then.